The Honourable Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, Senator Kamina Johnson-Smith, is currently in the midst of some people think, a controversial candidacy for the post of Commonwealth Secretary General. She's here now to update us on what's going on. Morning, ma'am. Welcome to Smile Jamaica.
Morning.
How are
Thank you for having me. I'm great. Thank you.
I just found out that for you to get this position, you will no longer be a minister, you will no longer be a senator. So why in the world you want to leave us, please?
It is with mixed feelings, but it's about service and service in a different capacity. Service not only to Jamaica, but service to 54 countries across the Commonwealth with shared values and shared principles, and that really have and has a great potential to deliver even better impact in communities across the Commonwealth. So it's about service.
Yeah, so before Simone, I understand what service means, but exactly your role would be what? What you do as a Secretary General?
I would be, if I am chosen by heads of government, I would be the head of the Secretariat, which is the main administrative body of the 54, or rather of the entities that serve the 54 countries. There are essentially three pillars. There's a Commonwealth Secretariat, there's a Commonwealth of Learning, and there's, of course, the youth program. There are, 2 G7 countries, 5 G20 countries, and the rest of us are at different stages of development within the Commonwealth. And there are, many accredited organizations, civil society, volunteers that work in every imaginable sector that help with technical capacity building, that support young people's empowerment, gender advancement, so many things that are of critical support in allowing us to achieve our development goals.
Okay.
So where would you be based?
I would be based in London. Trust me, this is the hardest part. The thought of leaving is the hardest part, but it would be for 4 years. I am offering myself to serve for the period 2022 to 2026, which would be the next substantive term of the Secretariat.
Is it safe to say that your announcement caught people off guard?
Yes, I think that's safe to say.
And why would that have been the case? I mean, you wouldn't have wanted anybody to know you were considering?
No. We had been asked years ago when countries were first starting to say that they thought there should be a change of leadership. Okay. We had declined because our view was that hopefully the issues that brought those queries about would resolve themselves, but they haven't. And I think the fact that 3 candidates have come forward from different regions clearly sets that out. There's a candidate from Tuvalu in the Pacific. Mm-hmm. There was a candidate from Kenya in Africa. And there is, of course,
he's withdrawn.
Myself.
That person has...
She has withdrawn. The Kenyan candidate has withdrawn. Mm-hmm. But the Tuvalu candidate, Sir Iateli, is still in the race, very much so. So it's a three-person race.
So you saw this and you said, I want it? Or did the Prime Minister or someone else say, Kamina, I think this is...
Well, we were asked again. No. When after the Kenyan candidate withdrew, the approaches started once more, and this time
approaches from whom, ma'am?
From a few other countries, and so we started consultations. We didn't consult before, but this time we consulted within the region and across the Commonwealth, and the response was so positive that it caused this sort of waterfall. We were getting questions at the High Commission, and we said, you know what? We just have to take the decision and go. When the Kenyan candidate withdrew, their government actually issued a note to all the heads of state indicating that they were withdrawing at this time because they hoped another candidate would come forward and there would be time for that candidacy to manifest. So it wasn't perfect timing, but they say there's nobody better than Jamaican women in the sprint.
Oh, what?
I don't know if I'm allowed to say, I said this now, but Paco.
Wait, hold on.
But that was in fact a joke made to me by a counterpart foreign minister. So I have just now taken it as my own, but it was another foreign minister who made it.
But the posturing has not been very different, because although this is pegged as a 3-person race, it is clear, I think, to many who are watching, or it would seem, let me say that you are way ahead. And it seems that you too also feel that way.
Well, it's going very well. I don't take anything for granted. I mean, it's 54 heads of state, 54 heads of government who make this decision. So there could be shifting sands. But I will say unequivocally that the response to my candidacy has been so positive and so encouraging. I think that it is in part because of the experience that I have had across the political space. In the multilateral space, I've served as president of the ACP Council, presiding over the securing of our mandate for the new development agreement through which we get our development funds, that is across Africa, Caribbean, and the Pacific. I've served as chair of CARIFORUM, opening the post-Brexit trade agreement discussions from 2017. I started those. We got the agreement in 2019. I've served as chair of the CARICOM Council of Foreign Relations. I've served as chair of CARICOM Council on Trade and Economic Development. I mean, we currently serve as coordinator within the WTO for the ACP, that is 79 countries again, many of whom are Commonwealth countries. So I have been operating at building bridges, negotiating across the peace,
So you think you're the best candidate?
I think that many countries happily think so.
Yeah. One country doesn't. I don't know if he's changed his mind, but Prime Minister Gaston Brown from Antigua and Barbuda actually said your move was a monumental error. Whilst I'm not asking you to think for him, do you know why he would say that?
I had a conversation with him about this. We had a great meeting when I was in Ghana for the Agri-Invest Forum just a few weeks ago. And I don't want to share our conversation.
Right, fair enough.
But how it has been taken in the media is not exactly how he meant it. He's actually very complimentary of my capacity and my abilities. And I would say that maybe media can ask him for another comment at another time.
What about Baroness Patricia Scotland, who was urging you to even withdraw your candidacy?
Well, I've preferred not to focus on the incumbency as part of my campaign. I focus on my vision, what Jamaica brings to the table through my person, what we have done historically, what I have done, and what we wish to do for the Commonwealth, which is to enhance its ability to deliver on member states' priorities, to ensure there is more focused leadership, more strategic leadership that leverages the limited resources for the areas where the Commonwealth has comparative advantage, to strengthen our ability to deliver technical capacity and to get reinvestment, because funding has fallen off across the years for various different reasons, and it is felt largely that a new, re-energized, a new leader at the helm of the Secretariat, bringing the energy and the bridge-building capacity that Jamaica has to the space, will, however, revitalize the Commonwealth.
I don't know if it was done deliberately, but Sim just interviewed someone from Rwanda. The decision will be made in Rwanda at the end of this month.
Yes.
If and when that happens, when do you pack up and you're going to leave us?
We still have to discuss that.
Okay.
We still have to discuss
then
that
what
as
happens,
there isn't a fixed period.
Look ahead for 4 years. You come back and be the Prime Minister.
What kind of question is
Did you
that?
see that shriek?
Well, wait, but I'm giving her a chance to answer.
No,
I thought it was a great question. By
haven't-
the way, I thought it was a great question.
Did you? Did you really?
Shocker.
Shocker, exactly. I haven't thought that far ahead. What I can say, though, is that the next 4 years, if I am given the opportunity, will be focused on ensuring that the Commonwealth is fit for purpose, ready to deliver on the priorities of member states, that it is more relevant and more visible to the people of the Commonwealth, and that Jamaica's leadership of that body will stand tall.
And if someone just tuning in now would just say, she's a politician. What's a politically correct answer?
No, but I mean, and certainly over the next 4 years.
I hope that means it's a good answer.
It's a great answer.
Certainly over the next 4 years,
really
there are
is.
other opportunities that will open up as a result of,
Yeah.
the work you do in that space. I did wonder for true, like, where do you go after you do a...
Hopefully I return here. And, for me, life is about service in different capacities. So it doesn't have to be in one way or another, and it doesn't have to be in government either. So.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember what them say about don't ask a man, just ask a woman or something. There's something like
Yes, if you want to talk about something, ask a man. If you want something done, ask a woman. I think that's generally what they say.
No, that wasn't the thing.
But that one too, that one works as well.
It's not there.
It's a fact. It's a
I hate to
fact.
tell you this, Senator.
No, but there's space for all of us at the table, always. Men and women bring different energies and different capacities to the table, always. This is why we promote diversity, it's why we promote gender advancement.
Big vision. You seem very excited about it, though.
I am. It's a huge opportunity for Jamaica to lead, to stand in the organization at that level. We have Jamaicans who have served it across the decades since independence at different levels, and to lead it, I think, would be a great honor. And it's also just a great opportunity to do more.
Very proud of you, Senator.
Thank you so much.
London is cold and grey, you know. You've got to bottle some sunshine, take it with you.
And every single week,
You can send me some.
every single week, our diaspora check-in with the former senator and former minister, Baroness.
No, but we know you'll do well. If and when
I'm
it
positive
does
about
happen.
it. I'm hopeful, not counting any chickens again. So we continue to do work, continue to engage.
Count them, man, you win. Count
No.
them. Well, me I count them.
So you said chicken for dinner next.
So we are counting down to Kigali, but we are not counting chickens.
And will you be leaving to go, or will they decide?
No, I
when
will
you-
leave. I
Okay.
would have gone to Kigali anyway. We would have had a delegation led by the Prime Minister
Okay.
to Chagam in the same way in 2018. We went to London. That's where it was being hosted. The new chair in office, Rwanda, will take the helm at that meeting. And so there will be strong engagement and a good delegation from Jamaica, as had been planned in any event.
God bless you and your family, ma'am.
Thank you very much.
The Honourable Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, Senator Kamina Johnson-Smith. Next time I call her name, I'll say Secretary General of the Commonwealth. And he's my friend. Can you believe that? That means I run the Commonwealth too.
It
All right.
doesn't work that way, though, you know.
Please explain to him,
It
Simona,
really
off camera.
doesn't.
No, I don't want anybody
On
explaining.
camera. I'm not even going to wait till we break.
No, I
I'm
don't.
not sorry to
No, watch now. Watch now.
Father of our creation.
Next month when you see me, I'm going to sit down. So. And them say, why I'm sit down? So I say, well, me
Because
and the
he's
Secretary
Secretary
General and his
General.
friend.
Yeah,
good
would you
friend.
guys allow me to say something, even though it's not, you didn't ask me the question?
Please.
Because it's something that bothered me when I woke up this morning. I understand that people were asking questions about the funding of the campaign. And I was a little surprised about that because it's something I had publicly answered previously in a radio interview just a few weeks ago, that the campaign is a Jamaican campaign funded by the government of Jamaica. No other government has contributed any finances to this campaign. It is Jamaican. And my travel is absorbed within the Ministry of Foreign Affairs that has a budget for these things, as I've been blending the campaign along with work that I would normally do as Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade. So we will report on the expenditure after the campaign, because it's a little early in the stage to do so now. But there are no secrets. There's no attempt to hide anything. And, you know, I hope people will not seek to characterize it that way.
And politicians mustn't be always politically correct. Just say, uno gue. It's Smile Jamaica, but we have to
It
address all
doesn't really
topics.
work that way. There are a lot of...
Please explain to him, Simone.
You know,
But
I did that one off air.
No, but hold on,
okay,
man.
but-
the first
but-
politician says, so nobody no trouble them again, you know.
That's not true, though. We've had politicians who've said that.
Can you imagine that
Double,
headline?
double.
Well, that the senator said, uno gue.
Not me. Not me.
All right, folks, we have to address all topics. Unfortunately, the state of educators post the Robb Elementary School shooting. 19 youngsters were killed and a couple of adults. When we come back, we speak with that gentleman who's in that area, a Jamaican-born teacher there, so we'll find out what's going on. Stay with us, please. Congrats again, ma'am, and good luck to you and your family. So come.